Hello and welcome to the Genuine Learning Blog. My name is Melissa Galasso and I'm super excited to have you here with me. Today's a little bit of a more casual day. It's just a lot going on, and so I just wanted to get this blog out to you so that you would be aware of some of the Yellow Book CPE changes due to COVID. So COVID-19 has been the theme, I guess, of our blog recently. And so we're going to continue that theme talking about some changes to Yellow Book CPE. So as you're probably aware, we have a 2-year period for Yellow Book continuing professional education, and many firms are going to have their CPE year end during 2020. Some people have it on a fiscal, some people have it on a calendar, some people do it with their state's CPE reporting requirement, so it really just depends on what you have selected as your 2-year period. But if you have a 2-year period that ends anytime between February 29th of 2020 through December 31st of 2020, they are giving us a little bit of an extension of our CPE requirement. So as you are aware, probably, we have 80 hours of CPE over a 2-year period. You have to have a minimum normally of 20 in a given year. And when we have a 24-hour requirement and we have a 56-hour requirement. And so this is going to give us a 6-month extension following the 2-year period if you do not get that 80 hours or the 24-hour Yellow Book CPE in. Due to COVID, they are going to give you a 6-month exception. However, if you do it after your year end, you can't double count. So anything counted towards the deficiency cannot be accounted in the following year. If you don't get the CPE in time for your grace period, however, then you would not be eligible to perform Yellow Book engagements. In the typical rules, you have to have a minimum of 20 hours per year of CPE and then a total of 80 over 2. They are going to waive that requirement. So you're not going to be required to have that 20 hours for the 1-year period that ends in between February 29th of 2020 through December 31st. So they are going to give that. However, you do need to get the total number of CPE in over time. In addition, normally we don't allow for carryover. This is typically not permitted. However, due to COVID, during that 2-year period in effect on February 29th of 2020, you can now carry over up to 40 hours of CPE in excess of the 80-hour requirement to the next CPE year. So this is a very nice gift from the GAO here. For 2-year CPE period ending after December 31st of 2020, the only CPE earned through 2020 can be carried over. So this is not something that they're going to allow after COVID-19. This is literally just going to be a COVID adjustment. And then hardship. There is some exemptions in there for someone who goes on maternity leave, sabbatical, military duty, etc. Teleworking is not a hardship. So normally when you have this, you can either prorate or you can exempt someone who has a prolonged period of time. We're not going to consider COVID-19. Now, if somebody is ill due to COVID-19 and is out for extended period of time or has to care for a dependent who is ill, then we would, but not teleworking, not remote working is not going to qualify for an exemption. All right, so that one is a wrap. Again, short and sweet. So just wanted to make sure this got out there in case you are performing Yellow Book and you are having trouble getting your CPE. We know so many conferences have been canceled or postponed and potentially out of your 6:30 potential year end. So some states do have at 6:30, and the NATS conference and Engage, for example, was supposed to be in June and it's now in July. That could have been the CPE that you were expecting to get. So they are trying to be, understanding in this time period as it's harder to get into a classroom and we're doing more things virtually, making sure everyone gets the CPE that they need. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next week on the Genuine Learning Blog. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.